Hello, today is 5/19 of 24, and I am going to walk you through what I eat today on my keto diet. This is my first meal of the day. It's about 12:30, so I'll probably be eating around 1 o'clock. I often don't get hungry until 2, but I made my husband breakfast this morning and it kind of made me hungry. Okay, so I am actually making a dish that I made pre-keto, so it is keto friendly, just the way that it originally was, which is fantastic. I love that I can still have some of those same foods that I really enjoyed before I went on the keto diet. So I'm going to start. I am going to make a couple of modifications. So I'm going to start with 1 tablespoon of protein powder, just because I'm trying to get more protein in my diet. So I'm just going to take about a tablespoon of this and put this in my bowl. This is making 1 serving. So if you were making more than 1 serving, then you would definitely want to multiply this out. I'm also making it in my air fryer, which traditionally I would make it in my oven, but because I'm only making 1 serving, I'm going to cook it in my air fryer, which means it might not cook as long. Traditionally, it would bake in your oven at 375 for 45 minutes, but because I'm doing it in my air fryer, it's probably not going to take quite that much time. It looks like I forgot to grab my mayonnaise. I've got about a 6-ounce chicken breast here, boneless, skinless, and I need a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. Oops. I always make a mess when I cook. It's one of the reasons I'm constantly cleaning up after myself. All right, I kind of want to make sure it's packed in there a bit so I don't have any air pockets underneath. And I'm getting that full 1/4 cup. Okay. And then I need 2 tablespoons of my finely grated parmesan cheese. So I actually have a 2 tablespoon measuring spoon. I'm just going to use that rather than my one twice because it's easier. And then I'm going to add some garlic powder. I think I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon. My original recipe calls for a 1/4 teaspoon, but I really feel like a strong flavor today, so I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon. And then I'm going to add just a little pinch of paprika, smoked paprika. And 1/2 teaspoon of dried parsley. And I'm going to use my whisk to get these blended together, really because I want to make sure that that protein powder doesn't just kind of like stay in a clump and gets really mixed in with everything else. But you could use a spoon if you want. You don't even have to add the protein powder, right? Maybe a whisk wasn't the best idea. But traditionally, if you want to mix a solid with a liquid, which mayonnaise is something of a liquid, and then the powder, of course, would be a solid, you want to use your whisk to really get them combined, but it's kind of just making a mess in my whisk. Okay, then I want to sprinkle salt on both sides of my chicken breast. So I've just got some pink Himalayan salt. I'm going to make sure I salt it really good because I'm making sure that I get plenty of salt in my diet. And some ground black pepper. And the reason that we don't just like add the salt and pepper to our cream mixture we have over here is because then our chicken ends up being just kind of bland. Like it's bland chicken with like this nice sauce on top, which I don't find very appealing. So I make sure to season every layer. All right. And then I'm just going to take my mixture put it on top and spread it out. There we go. And then I'm just gonna, like I said, cook this in my air fryer at 375 degrees. And then for my side, I'm gonna make myself some green beans with chia seeds. I'll cook those in a tablespoon of butter on my skillet, but I'm gonna wait until my chicken gets closer to being done. My chicken is done. I'll show you what it looks like here. Oh no. It was beautiful, and then it just fell apart because I didn't quite have good enough hold on it. But imagine that this isn't a disaster. It looked fantastic before I pulled it out. I am going to, again, salt this because it just came out. And then I am going to allow it to rest just for a couple of minutes before I go ahead and cut into it. And then my green beans are also done. So I'll get those on the plate. I did accidentally add too many green beans, which is just fine. My carb count is usually plenty. I have plenty of room for things like that. So I probably have a cup and a half of green beans here. And I'm going to go eat. So the chicken and the green beans that I had today is the only thing that I ate today. I am still full from that, so I'm not going to eat anything else. It's about 5 o'clock at night, but to me, it feels like it's 7 or 8. I will probably end up going to bed early tonight. Um, my sodium is okay. I try to get between 3 and 4,000. And it is, but I do like to be a little higher. Like I try to get closer to that 4,000. But I haven't had my second body armor today, which will add another 590. So I'm good to go there. My fiber is okay. It's really not bad, especially for only having had one meal today. I have 9.6 grams. So that's okay. I have that added salt too. So I hope that those two things together are just going to kind of, work the way that I expect them to. My net carbs are less than 11. So that's fantastic. If we look at my macros, my protein is, I want to get it between like 25 and 30 to 35. I'm a little short. I'm at 23. But again, I mean, it's fine. I added protein powder twice today. I added it to my coffee and I added it to my chicken. So I mean, I did the best that I could and I got to 23. So I'm close enough. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.